Let's discuss this now with Mustafa Janer. He's an assistant professor at Sakarya University's Middle East Institute. Thanks so much for speaking to us. So we heard from our correspondent there describing this as a fragile peace in southern Syria. But was this always going to be the case, considering sectarian tensions are nothing new in Syria, particularly in that region?
Yes, unfortunately, the Suwayda crisis has left behind a severe humanitarian tragedy. In addition to hundreds of dead and wounded, reports point to gruesome actions that violate even the laws of war. For a country that's been already suffered immensely over 14 years of civil war, this crisis has only deepened the nation's trauma, and healing these wounds will not be easy, actually. The situation on the ground is showing us that we are witnessing is a stark reminder of what philosopher Thomas Hobbes said about the state of nature, a condition of lawlessness and brutality that emerges where state authority and a shared identity, let's say national identity, are absent. In Suwayda, we saw the return of pre-state tribal warfare. This is precisely why Syria must remain unified, and forces resisting to integration must abandon their separatist agenda, separatist ambitions. Now, the ceasefire has been implemented as of yesterday, and this ceasefire consists of three phases. The first phase actually took place. It's already happened, and it was government forces will be deployed to Suwayda to, separate Druze fighters and tribal Bedouin fighters, and the tribal Bedouin forces withdrew from the city as part of this ceasefire agreement, allowing government forces to control of the Suwayda province checkpoints. And the second phase involves the work of as an emergency committee to convey humanitarian aid to the region, essential services, and oversee the infrastructure repairs. This phase is also about to realize the long queue of humanitarian trucks waiting in Dera province, waiting to enter the Suwayda province. And the third phase, this is a very important phase, will begin once the stability is restored in the Suwayda province. State institutions will be reactivated. Government forces will gradually return, and the local institutions in Suwayda will be reintegrated into the national framework. So these are actually very resembled the previous ceasefires, the three ones which were violated by Hikmet al-Hijri forces. But as your reporter said, now it's a very fragile another attempt of a ceasefire.
Absolutely. And that is just one of two ceasefires actually in place in Suwayda, because the Syrian government and Israel has also agreed to a ceasefire. And when it comes to Israel and its actions in Syria, what do you make of that? What is Israel trying to achieve here? Because they say they're trying to protect the Druze minority, but critics of Israel say there's far more to it.
Of course, what further complicates the situation was actually the intervention of Israel, the meddling of foreign powers, let's say in general, but specifically in this case, Israel's actions. As part of its broader agenda, its broader strategy to keep Syria fragmented and weakened, Israel carried out airstrikes directly targeted presidential building and the building of Minister of Defense in Damascus. And these attacks were unprecedented when we, think that during the Assad regime's era, we never saw Israel operate with such intensity. It seems Israel is exploiting Syria's vulnerabilities, aiming to dismantle what remains of central authority. So I think many believes that Syria has many internal fault lines, ethnic, sectarian, tribal, and that make it especially susceptible to foreign intervention, foreign manipulation. The central government faces an enormous challenge. It's critical now for regional powers, regional states to support Syria's territorial integrity and national unity. Collective diplomacy is needed. All steps that would undermine Syria's integrity should be avoided. And Israel should be stopped. But the only way to stop Israel is to conducting pressure on the United States, because it's the only power can, restrain Israel. And I believe that what was happening in the last 2 days was White House was pressuring Israel to stop its meddling in Syria. So that's how Syria got the latest ceasefire opportunity, let's say.
Appreciate your analysis, Mustafa Janer, there for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
To South Korea now, where at least 14 people